Hello one and all, this is Soulful Lordy, James Bullock, once again with another video game first impressions. This time around, Burnout Paradise Remastered for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles. Now, I am a big fan of the Burnout franchise. The first Burnout experience I had was on the PlayStation 2 with Burnout 2, and then Burnout 3 came out and it became one of my favorite PS2 games of all time. Unfortunately, to me, the franchise kind of fell off with Burnout Revenge, and then Burnout Paradise came out for the Xbox 360 and PS3 consoles, and I got it for the Xbox 360 because at the time that was the only console I had for that generation, and I spent countless hours playing through the game both offline and online, mostly offline because back then, even though the online offering was there, it was still mostly based on offline competition, racing, chasing, taking down opponents, doing everything you could imagine. But it was missing a few things compared to Burnout 3, including Crash Mode, which was this grandiose mode, one of my favorite things about the Burnout franchise, where you could play through specifically made areas and try to crash your car to get the best score possible. That was removed in Burnout Paradise, but even though one of my favorite modes was gone, Burnout Paradise was still a fantastic arcade-based racer, simply because of just how open the world was. Paradise City was this grandiose area where you could jump off of cliffs, go through billboards, knock down signs. Pretty much anything that was in front of you could be interacted with, even if that meant just running into a building and wrecking your car. Burnout Paradise Remastered keeps everything that you knew about Burnout Paradise, just makes it a little bit better. From a graphics perspective, Burnout Paradise Remastered does look better than its predecessor. It does look better than the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions. Looks around on par with the PC version that released a little bit later, but it still looks like a 7th generation console game. It really does. It doesn't look as good as, say, something like Gran Turismo Sport. You know, it doesn't look as great as some of the games that have come out this generation for obvious reasons. The main thing when it comes to the remaster that was more impressive to me than the graphics was the stable frame rate. The original offering definitely had some issues with frame rate dropping. In no way, shape, or form does that issue exist both offline and online. When it comes to online, connectivity issues have been very rare. I haven't had really any problems online. It just takes a little while to maybe get a race started or just playing around doing stunts with people. For those who have never played Burnout Paradise, simply put, it's an arcade racer. You don't have to worry about trying to fine-tune your cars. You don't have to worry about trying to know every little detail. It's not a simulation game like Gran Turismo or Forza. It is just purely based on fun. Some of the modes include you chasing down other drivers and trying to take them down, or drivers trying to take you down. There are also simple race options, you know, just get from one point to the next before your opponents do the same. There are also time trials. Also with Paradise Remastered, you get all the DLC that came throughout the game's existence on the previous consoles. That makes this so much fun. You still have to unlock a lot of the cars and vehicles that were offered in the original base game, but that's just through playing the game. That's how it was when it came out. That's how it is now, and I appreciate that. It makes you want to play the game. It makes you want to see what you can unlock, what you'll be attracted to, what you'll enjoy playing and racing with. But the core DLC, all the cars, all the maps, all the events, all that stuff that was made in the DLC packs are available pretty much from jump. You start the game, play a little bit, you can back out, come back, and all the stuff is already unlocked. So there is no problems there. The DLC is right there. It's not on paper. You don't have to download it. It's right on the disc, just like it should be. For all the greatness that is Burnout Paradise Remastered, there is still some problems that are connected to the gameplay that return here. And to me, the biggest issue has to be the fact that they never fixed the ability to switch cars at random, especially when you get tired of racing with one vehicle and having to drive across the map or having to back out onto the main menu and then go back in so you can switch a car. It's still there, it's still annoying. I wish they would have fixed that, but unfortunately we still have to deal with it. The price point at $40 might be a little bit of a turn off to certain players, especially those who experienced it a generation ago. Even with all the DLC, even with the better graphics, the better frame rate, to me there are so many hours you can put into this game, so much fun that can be had. I don't see you feeling like you've wasted your money if you spend $40 on it, especially if you've experienced it or played it a generation ago. You know exactly what you're getting into. For those who've never played it before, who never played the original Burnout Paradise, it is arcade racing fun at its best. It's amazing that the game came out 10 years ago, still plays great. In reality, it's probably one of the better racers to be available on an Xbox One or PS4 console. It just shows just how great of a game Burnout Paradise was when it was initially released and how great it still is to this day. So there you have it. This has been Soulful Lordy, James Bullock, with another video game first impressions. Burnout Paradise Remastered. This game has definitely put some gas on my chest that makes me want to shout, "Oh Lordy!"